chapter third. Why do we need a parliament? Okay, so let's start now this chapter, kids. भारत has a parliamentary form of government. भारत सरकार एक पार्लियामेंट्री है at the center as well as the state. Okay, and this type of the government, इस तरह की जो सरकार होती है, the supreme power lies with the body of the people as presented. इसमें सुप्रीम पावर इनमें लोगों को सुप्रीम पावर दी जाती है कॉल्ड द पार्लियामेंट, और जब हम मिलकर कार्य करते हैं उसी पार्लियामेंट कहते हैं. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज आल्सो प्रूव्ड फॉर फेडरल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. जो संविधान हमेशा बताता है कि जो भी सरकार होती है वो सबसे ज्यादा फेडरल फॉर्म प्ले करती है. जैसे दैट देयर इज अ गवर्नमेंट एट द सेंटर एंड द गवर्नमेंट एट ईच स्टेट. यहाँ तक कि केंद्र सरकार और प्रत्येक राज्य की जो सरकार होती है जो मिलकर कार्य करती है, एट द सेंटर वी हैव द यूनियन लेजिस्लेटर. उसी को हम यूनियन लेजिस्लेटर्स ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट कहते हैं. एट द स्टेट लेवल पर वी हैव द स्टेट लेजिस्लेटर. पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. अंडर द पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट, सरकार के जो पार्लियामेंट्री सिस्टम होता है वो सरकार के अंतर्गत होता है. There is very close relationship between the executive, like the council of the ministers and the legislators. The executive is a part of the legislator. जो executive part होता है वो legislator का ही भाग होता है. All the members of the executives are the elected member of majority party. जो executive के members होते हैं वो majority party legislator के अनुसार चुने जाते हैं. After the general elections, the elected representative of the peoples of Bharat from the Lok Sabha. Subsequently, the council of the minister is formed out of the elected members of Lok Sabha. The parliamentary form of government, जो parliamentary का जो आकार होता है सरकार द्वारा, is also introduced in the states. The title is the same. The state executive like the council of the minister headed by the chief minister is formed out of the state legislature. The Vidhan Sabha, whose members are directly elected by the people. चलिए, organs of the government हैं. Both the governments, जैसे central government, state government, comprises 3 distinct areas. Number first है legislature, the law-making body. Executive, the body that enforces the laws made by legislators. और जरूरी होते हैं जो इंटरप्रेट्स जो भी कानून की जो भी कार्य होते हैं लैंड पीपल्स फ्रॉम वायलेटिंग एंड द लॉज. कानून के अंदर जो भी हिंसात्मक कार्य करते हैं उनको रोकने का कार्य किसका होता है? न्याय का होता है, जजमेंट का. द पावर्स एंड द फंक्शंस, जो भी कार्य और शक्ति होती है आर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अमंग दीस ब्रांचेस. इनमें सारी कार्य शक्ति को बांट दिया जाता है in a manner that makes them equal balanced. Okay. चलिए, listen. The Constitution of the Bharat, in order to avoid conflict, he divided the subject for legislations between the central and the state government. Number first है union list. All subject of the national importance like defense, finance, foreign affairs, trades, and so on are included the union list. It is only the parliament, even parliamentary, it is entitled to make laws on this subject. Next है state list. The matter concerning the state like laws, जो भी राज्य सरकार के अनुसार कार्य होते हैं, जो भी कानून होते हैं, ऑर्डर होते हैं, पब्लिक हेल्थ होती है, सैनिटेशन होता है, ड्रेनेज होता है, also come on with the legislation of the state level पर है. फिर है concurrent list. This list includes subject on which board the state and the central can make laws. ये सब मिलकर कानून बनाते हैं. Economic and the social planning, labor, education and so on are some of the subject that comes under this list. Okay. चलिए, union legislators हैं. The law making body of the central government is the parliament. जो law making body होता है parliament में, उसे भी केंद्र सरकार पार्लियामेंट में कहती है. द पार्लियामेंट कंप्राइज 2 हाउस और चैम्बर्स. नंबर फर्स्ट है लोकसभा और नंबर 2 है राज्यसभा. चलिए जाते हैं कि लोकसभा किसे कहते हैं. लोकसभा और द हाउस ऑफ द पीपल ये एक लोगों का एक तरीके से बैठने का जगह होती है. इज द लोअर हाउस ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट, और ये पार्लियामेंट का एक लोअर हाउस होता है. फिर कंपोजिशन, द मैक्सिमम स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द लॉक सभा की होती है 552 सीटें. Out of the 552 members, 30 are elected directly by the people. 530 लोग तो पार्लियामेंट द्वारा चुने जाते हैं from the different territorial constitution of the different district, और 2 लोग किसी भी राज्य सरकार द्वारा चुने जा सकते हैं. No more than 20 members, यहाँ तक कि 20 से अधिक में भी elected from the union territories में नहीं हो सकते. 2 members may be nominated by the president. President द्वारा 2 members nominated किए जाते हैं from the Anglo-Bharatian communities if they are not adequately represented. At present, Lok Sabha has 545 members in all. Okay, ये हो गई हमारी लोक सभा. चलिए, basic qualifications of the members of the Lok Sabha. He or she must be a Bharatiya citizen. चाहे उसमें महिला हो चाहे पुरुष हो, कोई भी भारतीय सिटीजन लोकसभा का मेंबर कर सकता है. He she must be sound mentally health. He she must not be in debt or unable to meet his financial commitments. चलिए, he she must not hold any office to profit under the government. He she must have his her name in the electoral list in the any part of the country. He she should be at least 25 years of age. Okay, चलिए, got it. We elect our representative to Lok Sabha by the secret ballot system. यहाँ तक कि लोक सभा में जो वोट का अधिकार होता है वो सीक्रेट बैलेट सिस्टम द्वारा किया जाता है. यूनिवर्सल एडल्ट सेंसस के द्वारा. और भारतीय सिटीजन को जो 18 साल से के हैं, है ना, सभी को वोट देने का अधिकार प्राप्त है. The country is divided into the number of the constituency. इसको कंट्री को, देश को संविधान के अनुसार डिवाइड किया गया. कैंडिडेट फ्रॉम ईच कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी इज इलेक्टेड थ्रू द सीक्रेट बैलेट सिस्टम. तो उसे सीक्रेट बैलेट सिस्टम के माध्यम से वोट डालने का अधिकार नियुक्त किया गया. Next one, tenure of the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is elected for a period of 5 years. The Lok Sabha में 5 साल के लिए चुना जाता है. However, it may be dissolved earlier if it loses the confidence of the people. In case of the emergency, it thus may be extended for a period of 6 months. Okay, check. Functions of the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha has many functions. Number first is legislative functions, financial power, control over the executive. Number first is हम डिस्कस करते हैं legislative functions. The Lok Sabha is empowered होता है to pass bill. बिल पास किया जाता है and frame उसका आकार दिया जाता है related to the subject including the union and the current list. फिर है financial power. The Lok Sabha is in control on financial matter. A money bill passed originated in the Lok Sabha. यहाँ तक कि जो मनी बिल पारित होता है वो लोकसभा से होता है. गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट स्पेंड एनी मनी. गवर्नमेंट कोई भी पैसा खर्च नहीं करेगी विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ लोकसभा. फिर कंट्रोल ओवर द एग्जीक्यूटिव. द काउंसिल ऑफ द मिनिस्टर इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल टू द लोकसभा. यहाँ तक कि जो भी मिनिस्टर ऑफ द काउंसिल ये सबका कर्तव्य होता है लोकसभा में एंड कैन रिमेन इन पावर. सभी के हाथ में सत्ता होती है. इट एंजॉयज द confidence of the majority of the members in the house. What no confidence passed by the house can amount to dissolution of the house. So the parliamentary members are entitled to question the ministers on their policy, criticize their work and the debate on important issues. The Lok Sabha में important issues पर debate भी हो जाती है. Speaker. The speaker is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. लोकसभा का जो लोकसभा है लोकसभा का एक प्रेसिडेंट होता है जो है ना जिसे हम स्पीकर कहते हैं. he or she elected soon after the newly elected house meet for the first time. सबसे पहले उसे लोकसभा के मेंबर द्वारा इलेक्ट करके चुना जाता है. A deputy speaker who is elected to carry out the function of the speaker in absence. यहाँ तक कि स्पीकर के एब्सेंस में जो डिप्टी स्पीकर होता है वो उसका साथ देता है. The speaker is elected for a period of the 5 years. जो स्पीकर होता है ये अभी 5 सालों के लिए चुना जाता है. He she may be the elected any number of times. The speaker continues to hold office जो स्पीकर होता है पूरे ऑफिस को होल्ड करके रखा है, even after the house is destroyed. He stepped down only after a new speaker is elected by the Lok Sabha at its first meeting. The speaker presides over the meeting of the Lok Sabha. She maintains the discipline of the house. क्या करता है? उसको अनुशासन में बनाए रखता है. She made at the exam or suspend the meeting if the members present are not fixed. She recognizes members on the floor and allows them time to speak. She can suspend the members from the house of the misconduct. He becomes the agenda for the house and allows time for the discussion of the issues. She can ask the member to yield the floor to another member. Okay? So, Rajya Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, also known as the Council of State, is the upper house of the Parliament. Parliament में जो upper house होता है, उस श्रेणी का घर होता है, उसे हम राज्य सभा कहते हैं. Composition है, the maximum strength of the house may be 250 members. इसलिए लगभग 250 members होते हैं. 238 members are elected होते हैं, elected member द्वारा state legislative assembly के द्वारा, and the president can nominate it. और जो draft members होते हैं वो president द्वारा nominate किए जाते हैं of the society of the Rajya Sabha, who have excelled in the fields of the literature, art, science, or social purpose. Chairman and the deputy chairman. The vice president of the Bharat is the presiding officer to the Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha में जो vice president होता है वो इसको क्या करता है, इसको follow करता है. He or she is so ex officio chairman of the house and the conducts its proceedings. Rajya Sabha also elects the deputy chairs who conduct the proceeding of the house in the absence of the chairman. Qualification SSD to be member of the Rajya Sabha. She must be an Bharatiya citizen. She must be the least 30 years of the age. She should be mental sound. She should not hold any officer to profit under the government. She should be the registered voters. Okay. Term of the Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. The members of the house are elected for a period of 6 years with 1/3 of them. Returning after every 2 years, members can be re-elected. Functions of the Parliament. Parliament performs the following functions. Dominating functions member for state. The Parliament is empowered to make new laws or modify the ones already existing on the subject, including the union or the concerned list. No money can be raised or spent without the approval of the Lok Sabha. A money bill can only be introduced in the Lok Sabha. It may pass law on the subject, including the strict list under certain circumstances. Next time, it only the Parliament that can introduce a bill to amend the constitutions. So, okay, so budget. Now, budget is an estimate of the annual income. वार्षिक आय का जो भी बचकर निकल के आता है उसी में कहते हैं. खर्चों को निकलने के बाद जो भी बचता है उसी बजट कहते हैं. एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द भारत का. यूनियन पार्लियामेंट हैज द कस्टडी. यूनियन पार्लियामेंट की हाथ में होती है नेशनल ट्रेजरी, भारत का खजाना. The finance minister present the budget in the जो finance minister होता है वो बजट को पार्लियामेंट में निर्धारित करता है लास्ट वीक ऑफ द February. अभी ये प्रत्येक साल the parliament has the power to cut the budget or reject it altogether. सभी चीजों को काट के जो बचता है उसी बजट कहते हैं. The control over the government, the company of the minister is answerable to the parliament for all their policies and actions. Award non-confidence passed by the Lok Sabha will amount of his resignations of the entire ministry. The members of the parliament can check the working of the government by discussing the policies of the government and the putting questions across of them. Check. Next step, any member of the parliament can move an adjournment motion motion to discuss any matter requiring urgent attention to the Parliament. Next step, judicial functions. The Parliament is power to perform certain judicial functions like impeaching or removing the President, Vice President, and judge of the Supreme Court of the High Court in the case they violate the terms of the constitutions. Okay. So, elective functions है. The Parliament plays an important role in the election of the President and the Vice President. Session of the Parliament है. The Parliament holds session in a year in an interval of the 6 months. At least 10% of the total number of the members should be present to conduct a session. This is known as quorum. A joint session is held by the President as when required. He is also addressed for the House jointly at the beginning of the session. चलिए next one. Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is appointed by the President. जो Prime Minister होता है वो President द्वारा appoint किया जाता है. The minimum age required जिनकी कम से कम उम्र 25 साल होनी चाहिए as a family member of the either house. किसी भी घर का house का member बन सकता है. And if not, must be 6 months या तक कि 6 महीनों के साथ, है ना? In normal circumstances, यदि किसी को संभाले हैं, the president can hardly exercise this discriminations. President tries to appoint the prime minister. President के अनुसार ही prime minister नियुक्त किया जाता है restricted to the leader of the party. यह पार्टी का क्या होता है? लीडर होता है with majority in लोकसभा में. Okay? If no party is in the position of gain, यहाँ तक कि कोई पार्टी इसका विरोध नहीं कर सकती, and the required majority of coalition government is to be formed. The president can exercise his discretion in choosing the prime minister. केवल prime minister की इच्छा के अनुसार prime minister जब चुना जाता है, the president can choose the leader of any party. किसी भी नेता को अपनी भी पार्टी से, opposition पार्टी से, किसी भी पार्टी से चुन सकता है. Who is the opinion? Can forward stable government. जिसकी बात बिल्कुल स्थायी है. Prime Minister enjoys the full powers as head of the Union Council of Ministers. Number first है कि she recommends person who can be appointed as minister. यहाँ तक कि वह आगे की जो कि मंत्रियों द्वारा अपॉइंट किया जाता है by the president. The president can appoint only those person as minister who are recommended by the minister. यहाँ तक कि मंत्रियों के द्वारा पूछा जाता है कि किसको हम प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए अपॉइंट करें, तो सभी मंत्रियों की सलाह के अनुसार प्राइम मिनिस्टर को नियुक्त किया जाता है. He presides over the meeting of the council of ministers and observes his decision. She can make a minister to resign or advise the president to dismiss him in case of the difference of opinion. She allocates and distributes various portfolios among the ministers. She guides, directs, controls and coordinates the activities of all the ministers. She can bring about the collapse of the council of the ministers by resigning from office. In relation to the president, presidential relation क्या है? The prime minister enjoy the following power. Prime minister को power होती है in relation to the president के साथ. मतलब president और prime minister को क्या होती है? Power होती है, तो जो चाहे कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Which is the principal channels of the communication between the president and the council of the minister. मतलब president और council मंत्री की कोई जो भी सलाह होती है उसी के बल पर सलाह किया जाता है. She advises the president with regard to the appointment of important official like attorney general of भारत, जो जनरल ऑफ भारत होते हैं, कंप्यूटर एंड ऑडिटर जनरल होते हैं, भारत के चेयर एंड मेंबर्स होते हैं, भारत के यूपीएससी इलेक्शन कमिश्नर होते हैं, चेयर मेंबर्स होते हैं, वो सभी मिलकर ये कार्य करते हैं. चलिए, इन रिलेशन टू पार्लियामेंट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज द लीडर ऑफ द लोअर हाउस. लोअर हाउस का जो हेड होता है कौन होता है? लीडर प्राइम मिनिस्टर होता है. इन द कैपेसिटी ही एंजॉयज द फॉलोइंग पावर्स. उसके पास सारी शक्ति इसके हाथ में होती है. एडवाइज द प्रेसिडेंट विद रिगार्ड्स टू summoning and the beginning of the session of the parliament. She recommended dissolution of the Lok Sabha to president at any time. She announced government policies on floor of the house. किसी भी समय गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज को फॉर्मुलेट कर सकता है. Other government function, in addition to the above mentioned three major roles, the Prime Minister has various other roles. They are number first issue is the chairman of the planning commission. Right? योजना आयोग के अनुसार कार्य कर सकता है. National Development Council को National Integration Council and the Interstate Council. He plays a significant role in the shaping of foreign policy of the country. Next, he is the chief spokesman of the Union government. As a leader of the nation, she makes various sections of people in the different states and receives memoranda from them regarding their problems and so on. She is the crisis manager and the chief at the political level during emergency. He is the leader of the party in power and the political head of the services. Okay? चलिए कैबिनेट एंड द काउंसिल ऑफ द मिनिस्टर्स है. Constitution of Bharat provides for a parliamentary system wherein executive is divided into two parts, nominal executive and the real executives. President of the Bharat is nominal executive and the council of the ministers is the daily executive. President appoints leader of majority or single largest group in Lok Sabha as Prime Minister. Prime Minister is gone by advice of Council of Ministers. Three types of the Council of the Ministers are Cabinet Minister, Minister of State, Deputy Ministers. Okay? Cabinet Minister carries out its work through standing committees such as Political Affairs Committee, Defense Committee, Planning Committee, Economic Policy Committee, Foreign Affairs Committee, and the Parliamentary Affairs Committee. Councils of the Ministers have executive powers, legislative powers, and the financial powers. Cabinet formulated foreign policy and the domestic policy. President appoints consuls and votes governors and ambassadors. Election Commissioner, member of the UPSC, military commanders, High Commissioners, Judge of the High Courts, and the Judge of the Supreme Court. Parliament is the custodian of national finance. Budget is prepared by the Finance Minister. Cabinet gets budget passed from Parliament. Cabinet is the most important group of the Council of the Minister. Prime Minister is the chairperson of Cabinet. He is keystone of the Cabinet arch. All decisions of Cabinet are and measures it is called Cabinet solidity. Cabinet prepares legislative agenda for the new sessions. Cabinet is responsible for expenditure of government. Council of the Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the House of the people. President cannot proclaim national emergency unless the Cabinet recognizes it. Okay? So, next one, function of the Council of the Ministers. इनके कार्य function of the Cabinet Ministers are as follows. Number one, important executive decisions are made by the Cabinet Ministers. These decisions are the links on the entire Council of Ministers. Each department of the state government is headed by a Cabinet Minister or the Minister of State. One minister may be charged or more than one department. Minister Civil Services, the decision of the ministers are executed by officer of the civil services. Some officials of the Bharatiya Administrative Service and the Bharatiya Police Service are posted at the state level. The State Public Services Commission also selects a certain number of officials. They are the ones who run the administration at the state level. Union territories, and a union territory is one that is governed by the president through a lieutenant governor or by the chief commissioner or by the chief administrators. Bharat has 7 union territories. They do not enjoy the status of status. Election and the president is elected by the elected members of the Parliament of Bharat. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha as well as the state legislature Vidhan Sabha serves for a term of 5 years. चलिए executive powers की बात करें. The Constitution vests in the President of the Bharat all the executive powers of general government, central government. The President appoints Prime Minister the person most likely to command the support of the majority in Lok Sabha. Usually, the leaders of the majority party or coalition, the President then appointed the other members of the Council of Ministers, distributing portfolios to them on the advice of the Parliament. And the Prime Minister, okay, the Prime Minister remains in power during the pleasure of the President. In practice, however, the Council of the Minister must retain the support of Lok Sabha. The President is responsible for making a wide variety of the appointment like Attorney General of Bharat, Judge of the Supreme Court, State Government, etc. Okay? चलिए जुडिशियल पावर्स की बात करें द प्रेसिडेंट अपॉइंट किया जाता है चीफ जस्टिस द्वारा एंड द यूनियन जुडिशरी एंड अदर जजेस द्वारा एडवाइस ऑफ द चीफ जस्टिस इन प्रैक्टिस द जजेस आर एक्चुअली सिलेक्टेड बाय द यूनियन कैबिनेट द प्रेसिडेंट dismisses the judge if the only two houses of the parliament pass the solution to that is that by the two-thirds majority of the members present if the president consider questions of law a matter of the public importance has arisen. She can ask for the advisory opinion of the Supreme Court. She may or may not accept that opinion. Okay? Check. Legislative powers in the President summons both the House of Parliament in the progress that he or she can even dissolve the Lok Sabha. These powers are formal by convention. The President uses these powers according to the advice of the Council of the Minister headed by the Prime Minister. Okay, chala, a bill that the Parliament has passed can become a law only after the President gives his or her assent to it. She can return a bill to the Parliament. और जब बिल वैल्यू को रिटर्न किया जाता है if it is not on the later for the reconsiderations. However, if the Parliament decides that to him or her the second time, she is obliged to assent to it. And the Parliament is not a station, the government considers it necessary to have a law. And the President can promulgate ordinance. These ordinances are submitted to the Parliament. As the session will remain valid for not more than 6 weeks for the date of the Parliament is convinced unless approved by its earlier. Okay? Emergency power है national emergency, state emergency और financial emergency. चलिए removal करते हैं president को कैसे? The president may be removable before the expiry of his through impeachment. Okay, so our president can be removed for the violation of the constitution. Next one, impeachment. Our producer through which president, vice president, or chief justice of Bharat can be removed. भारत प्रधानमंत्री को vice president और chief minister भारत के लेकर के हटा सकते हैं. शोषण क्या है? Indictment of the vacancy created for the president was due to the death. यदि president की मृत्यु हो जाती है Resignation होता है, removal होता है तो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट डिस्चार्जेस ड्यूटी. तो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट को देन प्रेसिडेंट का कर्तव्य निर्वाह करता है. The vice president revolves with the office when a new president is elected and enter upon his office. और उसके बाद में चुनाव करके अपने एक प्रेसिडेंट को नियुक्त कर सकता है और उस ऑफिस में बिठा सकता है. Then the president is unable at time is absent, illness or any other cause. यदि कोई भी कारण होता है प्रेसिडेंट का ना आने का तो उसकी जगह वाइस प्रेसिडेंट उसको कार्य को करता है. वाइस प्रेसिडेंट डिस्चार्ज द प्रेसिडेंट मोशन फॉर अ टेम्परेरी पीरियड until the president resumes its duties. Okay, now please this chapter will be completed. I hope that you understood that. Thank you. Have a nice day.